Hey there, Stampin' friends. Welcome to Jody Breckbill, Stampin' Queen. Today's card is going to be this gorgeous card that I got from my upline Cindy, and I did this in my WOW class in September, and so I thought definitely was worth doing a video to show you guys how this card was created. So we used the Pretty Pine Thinlits. These are in our holiday catalog, and I used the large bow. I used this, I don't know what that is. I used pine, and then I also used 2 of the pine cone die cuts. That's already pre-done so that you guys don't have to watch me go through that. And then I used our Merry Medley stamp set, which I'm really loving. It is a big background stamp, but it has all kinds of neat greetings on it. So to start off with, I took that big background and a piece of Early Espresso cardstock. I'm going to ink this whole thing up with a Versamark pad. And I like to use this stamp face up, so that would be upside down. My hand got real big. Face up, and that gives you a better image whenever you're stamping using these really big stamps. You want to make sure, it's a little tricky because I think my pad's getting a little bit dry, and it's clear, so you really can't see the ink going on your set stamp. So you really want to make sure that you have that good and inked up. Then you're going to lay your cardstock over top and just rub it gently. I would suggest putting a piece of paper over top of this, and then you can really rub, but I don't have an extra piece of paper here, so I'm just going to rub that, and that's making sure that all those images are touching my cardstock. Okay, carefully take it off, and you're going to see that it's a little bit watermarked looking, and that's where we're going to come in here with our copper embossing powder and just cover that whole thing. And you just don't be sparing because you're just going to use whatever falls off. Just cover all those images with our gorgeous copper embossing powder. Kind of tap off any extra, and also make sure that you catch any that didn't get powder on the first time. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to take my heat tool then, and I'm going to go and heat that up, but so that you don't have to watch that. I actually have one that's already done. So I'm going to attach that to a piece of our copper foil. Our copper foil is gorgeous, and let me tell you, my last update that I heard from Stampin' Up! Is that it is on back order, and it is in danger of going on shutdown. So many of you are loving that just as much as we are, that they're having some trouble keeping up. So if you want copper embossing folder or copper foil, I would suggest ordering that ASAP. You can get on the back order list, and as soon as it arrives, you'll get your shipment. So that piece then is going to get attached to another piece of Early Espresso, which will be your card base. It's this one right here. A nice fold there, and so that is the base for our card. The rest is going to be all kinds of die cut pieces. So I just have 5 of our little pine branches here, die cut, 1 pine cone, 1 bow, and then 2 of these little spriggy something or others. I don't know what they are. So with this one, I went ahead and did the die cut, and I'm going to poke it out here. But what I did before I started was on the back of that foil, I took 2 strips of tear and tape, and I put that on there before I die cut. Ran it through the machine, and you can see that it is actually die cut through a little bit. And so now I should be able to just pop that off, peel my tape off, and stick it down, and I won't have to be working with any fine tip glue or anything like that that makes it a little bit more difficult to work with on these super detailed dies. Sometimes the hardest part is getting it out of the die. Okay, so then all I'm going to have to do is just do some poking of these little guys, and I'm not going to make you watch me do that because this is what it ends up looking like. Isn't that awesome? So pretty. Okay, so I just started assembling from here, and I think the easiest thing is just to use glue dots and just kind of stick them on the end so that they are a little bit free on the card but stuck down kind of in the center, and then just kind of start building around it. I feel like I should be playing some music or something right now. I'm going to do 2 more. Whoops, that'll happen. Pulled a little too hard, but the good thing is it's going to get covered up by my pine cone, so no problem. Okay, so final step is putting that pine cone on there. I'm probably going to do 2 glue dots on there. Make sure I kind of have that area covered that I had all the other glue, and then finally a glue dot in the center of that big bow. And there we go. Is that not just beautiful? So much fun. And actually it's really not that difficult of a card. It's just a wow technique because it's a lot of die cutting and getting that embossed and put together. So thank you so much for stopping by. Have a wonderful week and see you next week for Movie Monday.